the last time you read a book? Because for me, it's been like really long. I mean, do light novels count? Fan fiction? I've been reading this. This is Apothecary Diaries, Volume 5. I've read this for 5 months and I forgot, like in between. Like I was so spread out with my reading sessions that I just read and then I would forget what would happen and I'd forget the characters and I'd be like, who is doing what again? What? You know, when I was in secondary school, I could like bulldoze my way through books and I can't do that anymore. I got old. I don't know what it is about getting older and not reading books, but for me, it's kind of embarrassing, really. Also, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm literally just collecting the books around my room that I have not read. I'm still a great reader in general, you know what I mean? Do I count the fan fiction? Should I? I have this. These are all books. They're not that much. I mean, it doesn't look like much. Mic is falling. Oh my god, I don't know how that affects the sound. So, in an effort to read the books that I have, I wanted to inspire myself and visit libraries in Singapore. You know, Singapore has a lot of libraries, right? We're a very tiny island, but I think we have quite a lot of libraries. When I was like in secondary school or JC, I would always go out to study with my friends, and I have like fond memories of booking it in, what would we call it? Mugging. God, I'm so glad I'm done with studying. Anyway, but you see, after the studying, I started working and bam, not reading anymore. So we're gonna visit libraries and try and inspire myself to read. Well, that was the goal. You know, the goal is to visit libraries to inspire myself to read. But then after a while, I realized, wait, Singapore has so many libraries. Why have I not gone to every single one of them? I mean, I guess they have a lot of libraries to like cater for each individual, what's it called? MNC, no, MNC is wrong. What is it? Neighborhood, community, estate. Estate? Each individual area. Anyway, Singapore has many libraries that probably cater to each individual estate. But I wanted to visit all. Like, where's the best? How will I know which best library for me to go and sit and read at if I haven't been to every single one of them? Get me? Which is library? Which is library? Which is best? Which is library? Which is best? All right, and I'm gonna go visit libraries with my friend who is a reader. So my friend is the one who gave majority of these books. She's the real reader, not me. Honestly, I'm just along for the ride. And also, I like going to libraries in general. Like, I like sitting at a table and pretending to study. So, yeah. And I guess we'll just go on an adventure and just see what comes out. So, as with every class register, we will be visiting libraries in alphabetical order or something like that. We don't have to actually follow that rule. I probably will break that rule eventually, but the first one we will follow is A. And the first A library is, say it with me, Dora the Explorer, come on. Mo Kio, yes. Although, wasn't there like an Admiralty library before? I feel like there was an Admiralty library. Like when I was in secondary school, I recall an Admiralty library and it was kind of big, but I don't know. Anyway, it's not on the list. So I guess it's gone, so RIP. I wish I could whistle sometimes. So just to be very, very clear, my friend and I are going to be reviewing these libraries on a few criteria, right? Because this is Singapore and this is school, we're gonna have to have a criteria, okay? A rubric, if you will. Rubric, well, I have not said rubric in very long. Okay, anyway, sorry, I'm referring to my notes because I've got notes. Our first category is coziness. Okay, how are the vibes like? What is the feeling when you step into the library? It's about the atmosphere. It's about the way the layout is kind of designed. And is it welcoming? Is it a good place to be at for long periods of time? Because that's what you do in a library. You just camp, right? Yeah. So first category, coziness. The second category is bookiness. So bookiness is about books. How much books are there? Are there a lot of books? It's a library, so probably yes. Is the range good? Are there lots of different types of books for different types of people? How about the shelves? Are they like nice, organized, accessible? Do I have to climb a ladder to reach really high up? What if I want a book and it's on the ceiling? Yeah, so bookiness is about where the books are, how much of them are there, and whether it's accessible. But I think I should probably say that this is literally the hardest part for us to judge. We both really kind of struggle with this one because we can't really tell what's booky and what's not booky. Okay, anyway, our last category is convenience, which is convenience. You know, how near are you to travel to? How near are you to facilities, to the amenities nearby? What can I go and grab a coffee outside and just come back in? No, because you have to finish the coffee first and then go back to the library, just in case you were wondering. I don't think you're allowed to bring food or drink into the library. Convenience is about how close you are to transport nodes, food options nearby, is there a big variety, that kind of thing. And you know, look, the bar is low. We're in Singapore, okay? Singapore, literally everywhere. You throw stone everywhere. Where got what? NTUC, throw stone, 7-Eleven, throw stone, McDonald's. It should be easy, okay, right? It should be easy. We'll be judging these libraries based on 3 criteria, which is coziness, bookiness, and convenience. And we'll be ranking them out of 10 for a total score out of 30. But we have a bonus category, and it will be on the toilets, because toilets are very important in public spaces. So if your toilet is good, you get a +1 or +2 for an exceptional toilet. If your toilet is good, we can give you extra points. Coziness, bookiness, convenience, and our bonus category, which will be for toilets. If your toilet is good, 2 points. Things make sense? Okay, let's get ready.
Before I forget, I have to say, this review is completely subjective to me, and it is by no means fair and must be taken with about 3 tablespoons of salt, no less. For an objective review, please consult your local bookrooms, bookologists, and bibliotecas. Thank you!
We started where all journeys begin, at Soup Spoon, at lunch, at food, okay? That's what my friend ate, and that's what I ate. I ate the laksa soup from Soup Spoon, and then my friend had some salad from the salad fork that had tortilla chips, which I ate because I love tortilla chips. And she also drank water. Water is nice. Anyway, so after that we left, and I was like, okay, let's go and find the library. Where is the library? And so what we did was, okay, you're gonna judge me for this, but like, we didn't use Google Maps to find the library, right? I made it an adventure. I was like, I'm gonna go full adventure on this, and we're gonna go by instinct. It's not like intuitive. Like you don't step out of Mo Kio Hub and it's like, oh, the library is like there and there's like no signs. You just gotta walk. We got lost. We walked in a circle. We talked. We yapped. But eventually we found it. We found it, and it looked very covered in construction. Yes, thank you to the North-South corridor for being constructioning this whole area. And we couldn't even tell that it was a library because there's just so much construction everywhere. But it was blocking it. And then we walked through, and bam. There the library is, beautiful in all its glory. And oh, the sign! It doesn't look like Mo Kio Library much, does it? It looks a bit more like Agmo no. It looks like a no. Does it not look like a no? Agmo no. Agmono Library. Anyway. Yep, okay, so the sign was falling apart, and you can tell this library is old. The bench didn't look great, the sign didn't look great. Agmo, no way. All right, so we're in, finally we're in, and there's like it's actually pretty sizable. I would say it's pretty spacious. It's a spacious library. There's a second level, it's nice. It has a lot of bookshelves, as libraries do. We were really looking through like the study spaces and the bookshelves and stuff, and I felt like the study spaces, like those chairs are giving like kopitiam, you know, they're giving like your butt's gonna hurt if you keep sitting on that the whole day, you know. So I mean, you can sit on it. Like you can't, the thing is, okay, at the same time, I'm not expecting perfection here because it's a public space, you know, they can't afford to like get good chairs, maybe, you know, the cheapest chairs out there, or maybe the ones that the kopitiam uses. But they were giving kopitiam, okay, I'm sorry. But we also realized that there were a lot of shelf space, which maybe means that they got a lot of shelves hoping to fill it up with books. So downstairs, immediately when you walked in, I remember it was the children's section, and there was like a lot of kids running around and looking at books. And you know, it's heartening. It was just nice to go to a public space and see people utilizing it. I was just happy to see that there were kids there. There was like a mom teaching her son Chinese, which was funny. And there was a fiction area next to the kids area at the first level, and spaces to study at. So pretty decent. Hey, look, I gotta tell you something, okay? I know at the start I was like, I'm gonna read more, I'm gonna go to libraries and read more, but let me tell you something. I kind of like impulsively signed up for a Japanese exam this year, and I cannot speak Japanese. Like, I'm really, really bad. Oh, sumimasen, what does this mean? That's literally what I do, and I'm gonna take an exam in December. So I'm studying, okay? I don't know why I did this. But anyway, look, I'm still reading. I'm trying to read too, but you're gonna see a lot of shots of me studying. I don't want to study, but I am studying because I need to finish like my exam stuff. my exam stuff. Okay, something my friend and I really, really enjoyed about the Mo Kio library space is the desk space. The desk space, immense. Like those chairs might be kopitiam, but the desk, real estate, huge. Lots of space. I could put my bag, I could put my friend's bag, I could put my stuff. It was a lot of things. It was good. Good. So I really enjoyed that, like this studying experience, which you will see a lot of B-rolls of because you're wondering what am I doing here? I'm looking at my phone to check the meaning of the word because I don't know how to read the word on my test paper. So something that was really nice about Mo Kio Library is that there was a little exhibition space at the front, which I don't know whether this is like every library is like this because I haven't gone to a lot of other libraries yet. I think it was a maker's exhibition for like stuff. Look, I'm not really paying attention, but it was for the kids, okay? It was for the kids. There was this little shower area here that you're gonna see, and there's gonna be like a bunch of book quotes. And there was like a legit shower in there. Like, I mean, it wasn't working, but I sit in front of thousands of dollars worth of equipment and spend an embarrassing amount of time staring at the screen. Then I get the best idea in the shower. Oh yes, okay, it was about how good ideas come in the shower. Yeah, anyway, there was reason behind that, but of course I didn't get it at the moment. Behind that, there was like these little scented things that, you know, kids could go and smell and guess the smell or learn about the smell. And I mean, my friend and I, we were sniffing hard. And some of it smelled legit, some of it didn't really smell like anything. Look, roti prata. But one thing we really, really enjoyed, like seriously, we really, really enjoyed this, was this random machine. I don't know what it is, but we could write a little message and take a photo about, I think, to libraries and stuff. And it was like a random machine thing. And there were a lot of funny, weird messages. There was like a lot of like 6767. I don't know what that is. I guess it's a Gen Alpha thing or like a TikTok thing that I don't know because I'm a boomer. And it was fun to like take a photo with my friend and we were like, yay, libraries make reading accessible. Yes, queen. And then we left our name and we took a little photo, which I thought was very cute. As you can see, that's... oh, I forgot that this was how we did it. Yes, anyway, something we really, really enjoyed was that little contraption that would take a little selfie and you could write a little message and you could see what other people wrote. It was really funny to see other people taking like shocked photos when they didn't like... I think they didn't realize that they were like taking a photo and then they would just be like, would just take that, or like kids trying to take little photos. It was cute. It was cute. I like that contraption and like the little messages that people wrote, even though some people just wrote 6767 and I don't know what that means. So generally speaking, there were some really nice spaces in Mo Kio Library. It was a pretty big, spacious library. I gotta give them that. There was a lot of bookshelf space and books, but like a lot of space as well within the bookshelves, which I was like, oh, why? Other than that, it was like a nice studying experience. I think we studied for like an hour a bit at the table, and then, you know, we had the thing where I think somebody booked my table. I always forget. The library now have they have the booking system, which they didn't have when I was studying. So I don't know, but nobody came to evict me. So I just sat there for an hour and studied my Japanese while my friend read. My friend was legitimately reading and I was just studying, so I'm sorry, I'm like totally guilty. This is like the most hypocritical video ever. They're like, she says she wants to read and she studies at the library? What is this haphazard ass crazy video? Okay, look. Some of us just have crazy lives, okay? Some of us think like,
oh yeah, I want to read, but then at the same time, I want to go and see the library, but then at the same time, I have to study. So I'm just doing a lot of things all at once, okay?
just trust me that I have started reading again. I'm starting to read self-help, so, okay. But I haven't finished a book yet, so I'll update when I finish my book. Okay, we're gonna do our reading now. I gotta say that at the studying area where I was at studying, there were huge windows, and it was really nice to look to the outside world as I was studying as well. So, good windows, table space, real estate, really good. Although the chairs are not amazing, it is not terrible. It is not, maybe it's not the best, but it's definitely pretty good. So we give it like a 6 out of 10 for coziness. I think that's okay, right? Is that too low? Maybe we can adjust this later if like we compare across the board and we realize that maybe it deserves a 7. But so far right now, it feels like a 6 out of 10 for coziness. And then after that, bookiness. So bookiness, so my friend and I were literally struggling. We have books. It's divided into sections that were multiple languages. So it's not bad, it's pretty good. So we were like, okay, maybe we'll just give it 6.5 out of 10. And apparently there were like new releases. Like my friend spotted The Unmapping, which apparently is like a month ago release from when we visited. So credit where credit is due. We don't, again, bookiness is kind of hard to judge, but it was organized pretty well. There was a lot of books and a lot of like different types of books for different people. And I feel like this is going to be kind of across the board for a lot of libraries, that it has a lot of variety, because that's like they're bringing it to a public, right, to a general audience, so it needs to have a lot of variety. And then after that is convenus. So unfortunately, I mean, you could probably guess what I'm gonna say with this. We took like 20 minutes to find the place, because firstly, I wasn't using Google Maps, so that's technically on me. But it was like hard to find, and although there is a bus stop directly outside, which I think does give it some credit, it is not at the station. It's a decent walk from the station. I think you probably have to take a bus out if you wanted to, like, I don't even know if you can take a bus to the library. I don't know. But it felt a bit out of the way, because, you know, we ate and then we had to walk. And it's not like I hate walking, I love walking, okay? The sun is fine. Okay, it's not fine, but it's okay. I can handle like 20 minutes of walking. It just felt kind of far. 15 minutes from the MRT it's not amazing. The bus stop is great. But I gotta say, I'm gonna knock off points for the construction around it, because it was very hard to even like spot the library from afar away. We just kind of guessed that it was near this or near that, and we just kind of like weaved through and we found it. It was also not very sheltered to get there, so technically if you're just willing to do that 20-minute walk, you could get to a lot of food. There's a lot of food. It's not that bad. 6 out of 10. Sorry. So after that, we were also like, okay, maybe it can score in the bonus category, and maybe the toilets are pretty good. Safe to say, it was not. That first level, I'm looking at you, toilet. What? The second level toilet was fine. I checked it, it was fine. Look, public toilets are very difficult to do well. That's why that bonus category, okay? It's not a lot of places are gonna get it. Coziness, 6 out of 10. Bookiness, 6.5 out of 10. And convenus, first 6 out of 10. We have an overall score of 18.5 out of 30 for Mo Kio Library, which is fine. You passed. You know, it's like I don't know if you convert that, is that like a B4? We passed you for every single category. It's pretty decent. It's definitely not a kind of score that you want to show your mom, but it's okay. Mo Kio Library opened in August 17, 1985. You know, that's like 40 years ago. 40 years ago, and you still get a passing grade. It's pretty good, right? Anyway, I did some research, and of course there's going to be a new Mo Kio Library that's going to be opening in Mo Kio Hub itself, which makes so much more sense. It's where the food is, and where the aircon is, and where the MRT is, so yeah. I think that we probably have to visit it again if we wanted to be a little bit more accurate. That's the end of the review for now. Let's move on to book recommendation time! Book recommendation time! This review's book recommendation from my friend. She says this book is good. I don't know if it's good. I haven't read it before, but she says she's heard good things about it. And you know me, I was studying my Japanese, so I was trying to read Japanese words, of which I could not read. Anyway, that's it. That's the end. I'm done. Who would stick around so long to hear me ramble? But thank you for doing that. And yeah, I hope I eventually get to posting another video. I might not. This might be my first and only video that exists in the world, and they will just know me as this weirdo who wanted to read, visited a library, and didn't read when she went there. Just the most inconsistent person in the world. Anyway, name of the game, my name is Inconsistency. And I hope you have a great day, great week, great month, great year, and take care. I actually don't know like how many libraries there are in Singapore. Let me just like check, because you know I say like, oh, I'm gonna see all the libraries, I'm gonna find the best one. How many actually are there? Oh god, there's 28. Oh my gosh, there's 28. Okay, so 28 libraries. I'm sure we could do that, right? Maybe over the course of the next decade, I would probably finish 28 libraries. Girls gotta try. A girl's gotta try. Oh my god, what am I gonna do, guys? Oh, you don't know what I'm actually reading? I'm reading this right now. I'm reading I'll Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi, which I've heard good things about, and I watch his YouTube channel. So. Pick up a book. Pick up a book. Pick up a book. Pick up a book. She picks up a book. I will update if I finish a book. That would be pretty good.